It was bandied around a lot in those days that this was kind of a good old boys group, just didn't work to gather people in. I used to lay awake at night wondering how we're going to make payroll. I mean, it was lean. And they sat me down and they said, young man, here are the weak spots and here are the things that we want to see changed.
Dr. David Turner, we're sitting here in the Turner Conference Room at IPA.
Big honor.
And as we're now celebrating the 50th anniversary of the association here at IPA, this is one of the things I've been most looking forward to, is to just make sure you and I had a little time to talk about the genesis of the association and some of the high points and maybe some of the not as high points and things that we've had to slog through either organizationally or as a profession and all of that. You know, you've got the unique experience of being able to kind of see things from the genesis of the association to kind of where we are right now.
I was a rookie principal the year the organization had its first fall conference.
Which was 1972, correct?
1972. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to say what year that was.
Well, no, I think people can figure that out pretty quick.
Yeah, that was right. 50 years ago.
You know, IPA formally was named into existence on November 19th of 1971. This is after years worth of work we got some pictures and stuff that are just out here in front of us, by this group of people, the Illinois Principals Coordinating Council, so a group of folks that spent several years talking about the association or the possibility of the association and bringing three organizations, an elementary, a middle school, and a high school into one. That was a pretty innovative concept because from what we gather, nobody else had attempted to do that with principal organizations.
Very first fall conference in Arlington Heights in 72, several states sent board members or their execs. They were curious to see what happens when you disband your existing associations and combine them into one. Mm-hmm. And that started a movement across the country that IPA was influential with.
Right.
And it was really facilitated by the vision of Bill Sullivan, who was the executive director of the Elementary Association. And he really saw the need. The principalship was starting to change in the late 60s. Schools were starting to change. The suburban schools were expanding very rapidly because of the baby boomers and all of those kinds of things. And there were a lot of things just in the history of the state and the country that drove the need for principals to have some help. And the small associations couldn't provide the help.
No capacity.
It's just like a lot of state associations, now don't have the capacity to provide the help for their principals, but the Ed Leaders Network provides the help for them. I mean, it was almost that same kind of concept. So everybody really kind of, like in the old West, checked their guns at the door, They checked their egos at the door for the coordinating council, and they sat down and they said, if we're really going to succeed in helping principals and having a strong association with some influence with the state policy and the legislature, we got to be bigger and better, and we're not going to do it as three little associations. And they put them together.